All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this special edition of the Squared Circle podcast. As always, you know where to find us. I'll talk to you guys about where you can find us at the end of the show. We are joined here by the one, the only Thunder Rosa, also known as the Queen of the Reptiles, that being Kobra Moon. How are you doing today?
I am absolutely great, man. Thanks for asking. I was on TV yesterday. Woo.
I gotta honestly say that with all due respect to Evilise, Mariposa, and Sexy Star, I think that you as the Kobra Moon character is honestly one of the main things that kind of draws me, especially when it comes to the women of Lucha Underground. So keep up the good work. It is just awesome.
Thank you. That means so much because, Kobra Moon, regardless if she's the queen of the reptiles, like they call it. It's been very challenging for me because I'm before everything a wrestler, and now I'm like a character, which is like I always put it. It's like she has been one of the most challenging things for me to do because this is a different thing, right? And like many times, we characterize ourselves as like, I'm a wrestler, but like I can say like, if I can entertain you and I can entertain a lot of people like that, that means so much because you transcend even more, with the character and not so much with moves and stuff like that. So that means a lot.
Hey, not a problem. Anytime. Well, let me ask you this: how did you come up with the name of Kobra Moon, and how did you get associated with Lucha Underground?
Well, I did not come up with a name. I was offered a role in the show last October after a Stardom USA show in Los Angeles. And, I wasn't going to say show.
Right.
So, I didn't really know much of the story until, like, I started, like, watching the show more because we used to watch the show in Japan, but we didn't watch the skits, we just watched the matches. So, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into until, honestly, until now, like, Lucha Underground is very interesting because they cannot give you, like, information, like, little by little because there's a lot of spoilers and a lot of people spoil stuff. So, like, they were, like, kind of, like, giving me, like, little drops of, who Kobra Moon was, and it allowed me to, like, play with a character, So what you see on TV is a lot of, like, of my alter ego, of, like, that, the queen, the things that are not on paper, that are not written. So that's, like, the cool part of the story of Kobra Moon.
Okay, so a lot of what you do on TV is kind of what you do usually on, like, the independent scenes?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, Kobra Moon is, like, Kobra Moon is, like, not what I do in the independent scene. In the independent scene, I'm Thunder Rosa. She's a totally different person,
Right.
So, Kobra Moon is a queen. She is thirsty for power, and she likes to have pets, dragon pets, and carrying them around. And, now she has Vivola and Sindar. So, she's set for life, brother!
Yeah, honestly, when you as Kobra Moon brought those two in, I was just thinking, okay, this is new, this is interesting. And then when I first saw one of them do the chokeslam and the tombstone, I'm like, okay, so we now got the Lucha Underground's version of The Undertaker. I'm totally okay with that.
That's what everybody said. It was kind of funny, like, when we were, like, taping that, and then people were like, Undertaker. I was like, are you kidding me? It was so funny. And we were, like, honestly, we were not expecting that to happen. Like, when after it happened, it was just kind of like, oh my god, that was like such a cool moment, and like how, they call him Luchasaurus too. So it's really cool. It's really cool to see like the before and after, and now that it's on TV, it's like it's crazy. It's great. I love it.
Well, I mean, we could also call him the way Eddie Guerrero used to describe the Undertaker back in, I think it was 2004. I think was talking to Booker T about the Fatal 4-Way match, and he was saying, we forgot El Hombre Muerto. Who? Undertaker, man. and thankfully I took like 3 years of Spanish, so it's like, oh, the dead man. Okay, that's good. That's good. So
yeah, but people are not a dead man. Like, you guys will see, like, this, there will be more stuff explained in the story, and I can't spoil it.
Hey,
but
fair enough.
I like where it's going. I like where it's going.
Hey, you're not the only one. But let's go a little bit more further back here. What got you interested in being a professional wrestler, and what kind of got you hooked on to saying, you know what, this is what I want to do?
My husband, he's crazy. He's like, oh, you're athletic enough, you can be a wrestler. And I'm like, oh, no, you're crazy. I'm like 26. Like, I don't even know how to flip. He's like, nah, just do it. And then I started, like, attending more like local shows, because I went to like WWE shows before. Like my very big one was WrestleMania 25.
All right.
I like Shawn Michaels even before like anything was sparking inside of me. It was like Shawn Michaels. Oh my God, when I get to see Shawn Michaels, bro, it's a long time, So it was Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, and it was crazy. Like I've never been in like such a big wave like that. With so many people. So, that was the first one, and then I started going to a lot of shows here in the Bay Area, and then I went to the show in APW in Hayward, and they said there was like a tryout, and that's when my husband was like, I should do a tryout, and I'm like, no, dude, come on, man, and he's like, no, you should do it. I was like, alright, I'm just gonna call in sick tomorrow. So I called in sick, and then I did the tryout. I did sort of well, got fifth place out of like, I think it was like 10, 12 people trying out. And I was like, alright, I'm going to do this. And then we started training together, like in the gym, not in the ring. So I started getting shape before I got in the ring. I was like so out of shape. Like I was like, I never done sports. I think I told this before. I never done sports or anything like that. So now I'm a wrestler. I'm on TV. We have our own female promotion called Sabotage that we have a show on February 18 in Los Angeles, California. So it's like, oh, shit. Like I didn't know it was going to everything was gonna be so quick,
Yeah, it is actually pretty cool. When you came to the wrestling style or somebody that you kind of looked up to, who was somebody that you kind of looked up to kind of for, I guess, guidance, as well as somebody who you think, they can do a certain, like moves that I could probably do, or moves that you think that you could probably relate to?
As my inspiration came from Sarah Scott. That's like the first woman I was like, damn, she can go, and she was like, she was so good when she was in CMLL, and I bought her in CMLL, and then she was like in Stardom too. So I was like, oh my God, like she's so good. Like I like her style, so a lot of the stuff that I even like finisher now is like, it was her finisher, but her finisher was just backbreaker. I went into a splash because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to do everything that she did, But I really look up to her, like the way that she took care of her body, like her image online, and she was always really open with fans. Like I remember first started wrestling, I sent her a message, and she messaged me back, and I was like, oh my God. Then my friend Holly, when she was in Raw here in Oakland, she was talking to me on the phone, and then she's like, guess who I'm talking right now? And I was like, with Sarah's talk, and I was like, no, so jealous. I really want to meet her. And the funny part is, like, a lot of people I work with, they know her, and they always tell her that I'm always like, oh, she loves you, It's like we're very few women in the business, and successful women in the business, and she's a prime example. She's now a trainer in WWE, like such an amazing dream. She did not get to wrestle in WWE, but now she gets to train all these women, that it can, potentially be just as good or even better than she was.
Definitely. So a little bit talking about Lucha Underground. How was it backstage when Sexy Star won the Lucha Underground Championship? I mean, there's been very few times you've actually seen a woman hold a male-owned title, But when Sexy Star did it, it definitely was revolutionary. How did that affect, the backstage area, and how did, you as a woman, looking at
I
it,
mean,
kind of...
personally, it's like, the luchadores, they're progressive, so for us, it's just like normal, we wrestle guys. That's like our day-to-day. Like, it was just about to happen. It was either, I won't say, it would have been either her or Elise. Like, either one of us would have gotten it, They respect our work, and, like, they just treat us just as equal as they treat the men. So that's what I'm used to, and, like, that's what I'm used to in wrestling. So for me, it's pretty tight, and, like, now I'm in a situation where, as a tag team with the Holiday, we were able to win. We're the first women ever in the NWA to win men's tag team titles. So, here on the Western states. So it's like doors are opening for women, in a men's world, and I'm super glad to be part of it, and not only as a spectator, but also as a participant. So it's like we're hoping that we open more doors for other women with this, and like I said, with Sabotage, we're trying to do the same. Like, it's an all-female promotion, but we have men wrestling women, because we're like, again, I would say the only female promotion that runs kind of sort of not too often, but is running as much as possible, because we want to give that spot to women, because we're always stuck in like matches and where it's all a men card, and then we have this match for women, and it's a 6-man or an 8-man, and it's like they're not allowing us to show what we can do. Although there's been a lot of progress, there's still more progress that we can be done, and definitely like putting the title on, on Sexy Star, and like putting the title on people like me and Holiday is like, that's cool. And the same thing that happened with Kimberly, and now she's signed in WWE, the Chikara title. It's like little by little we're making progress.
Do you think if you get the call from WWE to come to the main roster or NXT that you would take that opportunity?
I'm not there yet, and I really don't know. I wouldn't know how to react to it. It all depends, Like, I was like reading Omega Kid, and then she was saying that's like the dream for a lot of people. Like, I don't really. I mean, it's an opportunity, but I haven't really thought about it. To tell you the truth. It's a good question.
Well, now I've given you something to think about for a while.
Yeah. But until that gets here, I'm not gonna, think about it. I'm thinking, like, again, I'm thinking about opportunities that can be given to me, now, maybe in other countries. Like I said, I just came back from Japan, and I really want to go to Europe and Australia, and I know it's this feasible, so if that happens, like, that would be so awesome. I mean, there's very few Mexican-born wrestlers in the United States that can say have had the opportunities that I have, So I want to be that. I want to be that. I don't want to be like, I want to be a role model, but it's like, I'm an independent wrestler. Like, I don't have a big company backing me up. Like, yes, I am the character of Kobra Moon and Lucha Underground, but it's not Thunder Rosa, So it is important for me to seize all the opportunities the way that I've been seizing them, being the fact that, I don't have a big company to back me up.
Hey, I respect that. I respect that, and I'll definitely tell you right now, I'll be one of those supporters that says, hey, go for it. If you want to wrestle in Europe, you want to wrestle in Australia, go for it. Don't let anybody hold you back. Final question before we let you go is that when you reach the day that you retire and you want people to look back on your career, what do you want them to take the most out of you as either Kobra Moon, Thunder Rosa, or whatever name that you come up with next?
I think I would like for people to remember me as, like, somebody that helped them get to places, or somebody that gives them hope in life that, things can be achieved. It just sounds so cliche, but if you work hard and if you, like, believe in yourself, I mean, it's not easy. There's days that, you wake up and you're like, what the hell am I doing? Like, is this even worth it? Because you can't, one day you can be in the top of the world, and the next day you're just like, picking pennies to try to like pay your bills. It's not an easy